long as Saut wins this race with the fastest lap of total of 26 points, and if Happy gets P2 with 18 points, it will be an 8-point gain in the championship, and Saut would be the world champion of this Grand Prix.
As the 5 red lights begin to shine in Mexico City, and the Mexican Grand Prix is underway, and Yushi leads us away to a good start, having 7/10s already going down the main straight. And as Saut already gains the position, he's now in P10, gets past Ordinary, and Yushi is already under pressure as we go down into turn 1. The Williams driver doesn't keep the lead as the Aston Martin and the Red Bull are already attacking, going into the DRS lane. I think there is DRS this time. That is Saut, who's already into P5. What a start. Someone said he's gonna send it into turn 1, and sending it to turn 1 he did. He's climbed up over half the grid today, and the Ferrari driver is already into P5. By the time we go into the Aston, that is Happy, who's into the wall in the Aston Martin just before the third DRS lane, just before the stadium section.
They're jockeying for the position, and they're both inside of each other, heading into the Mexico S's. What can this man do? Heading into the Mexico S's now. Saut takes P2 back from Domazek after the first lap with the curbs in Sector 3, but now Saut will now be challenging the Williams of Yushi. What can Yushi do? Can Yushi protect his lead? Saut, here we go, going onto this main straight. Who's gonna get DRS? It is a three-way fight for P1. Saut gets the fastest lap. He's the quickest man on track. Can Saut overtake him into the first corner? Domazek will be slingshotting his Red Bull at these two drivers into the first corner with DRS, but Saut hasn't been able to get the position. Yushi has protected it just perfectly, and still Saut will have to fall short for a couple laps from now on. And from what I can hear, someone got a penalty. Saut got a time penalty, had a slowdown penalty. Domazek will now retake P2. Domazek has taken the lead of the Mexico City Grand Prix.
So Domo has, from P3, now takes the lead of the race. Yushi, something went wrong for Williams, and Yushi is now 2.4 seconds behind the race leader. Saut is trying to also feed on the scraps. Obviously we saw a bit of a slide, and Saut has made the comeback of all comebacks. From P12 in qualifying, he's now in the lead of the race. So Saut, who did initially have a time penalty for cutting the corner earlier, now he's in the lead of the race.
Saut is still in the lead, but by less than a second. They're still separated by less than a second. Yushi has his DRS flap open. Right now we have a very interesting fight between Saut and Yushi. Yushi had 350 plus kph down in turn 1 and has managed to lower the gap with that DRS flap being open to 0.2 of a second. Can Saut defend to his absolute limit? And right now, Saut gets a time penalty. Saut has got a slowed down penalty.
And Yushi has been handed back the lead of the race and has a huge advantage now going into lap 9. Anyways, we are looking at Happy now, lying in P8 as he pulls into the pits for his pit stop. So the deficit now is 44 points. So all Saut needs to do is do better than his championship rival by 8 points. And if he's P2 right now, which is 80 points, the highest Happy can go is P5. If they go level on points, the fight is still there. In regards to current situations, that is more than likely to be the case that Saut will be our world champion for season 1. So even if they're in P5 and Saut is in P2, they will drag this fight into the next race. Saut does have the extra point, which has just been taken away by Yushi, who sets a 1:14.4. And the curse has struck again. We as commentators should get paid because we can essentially dictate a race, you know.
Hopefully Yushi does not spin out, flip over, go on a wall, lose his wheel, all four, rear wing, front wing, nose.
God damn.
Hopefully. Oh no! Wait, Saut has taken the lead of the Mexico City Grand Prix. 7 laps left. Saut can still be the world champion of Velocity Formula 1 Season 1. Can Saut be the first world champion after a commentator's curse on lap 20 out of 21? That was lap 21, and Saut has a 1.9 second gap to P2.
And Saut has just been handed the lead of this race on a silver platter. Yushi has had a horrible spin entering the stadium section. The curse has proven itself once again. So Cloud,
Saut's flipped, by the way, and Yushi's just taken
He's
back
what?
the lead of the Grand Prix.
he's at? No way. No way. Just as I said, you know. So as it stands, the championship is still gonna be clinched here, but well, not for very long, as Happy gets past the Audi of Lily and is now, and Lily does get a slowdown. What is happening here? There's too many things like I can't say, but Happy's in P5, and as it stands, Saut will not be the world champion today. This is going. This is wild.
Wait, isn't it mathematically over as long as Saut has to
Yeah,
be
but they
point
can
game?
still be level on points.
Saut can Oh!
And Saut
Okay.
takes back the lead of the race! Saut maintaining the lead of this race with the Williams of Yushi, desperately trying to cap out a bit close to the wall for the Ferrari driver. Happy is 12 seconds, and that's Yushi who takes back the lead of this race. As I was saying, Happy is 12 seconds, well now 11, behind MXR. So obviously he's gonna need to rely on Saut messing up something for him to still be in this fight. Java is screaming. The cars are screaming, tires are screaming. The crowd is screaming. Yushi and Saut are fighting, and Saut does get back the lead of this race. Java is gonna get arrested at the end of the day. Look at his fight! What is this? This has got to be the best VF1 race of all time, as they're literally wheel to wheel separated by 0.068 seconds. Look at that, they're side by side on the penultimate lap. 183 thousandths of a second is what separates them. None of them have DRS now. It's gonna be pure racing all the way to the line. Saut maintains the lead as Yushi is getting desperate. He's getting really desperate. Happy is also getting really desperate. Happy has nothing he can do in his power to remain in this championship fight. Yushi Saut separated by barely anything. You know, anything can happen toward the end of the day. Saut is being chased down by Yushi down a DRS lane. He doesn't get the wing open. You can see a lapped Red Bull car. I think that's as Yushi dives down deep into the stadium section. And I think he does get back the lead. No, not quite. We should look at this. Velocity F1. The championship
And Yushi
season.
hits the wall and he loses his front wing
What?
in the final corner!
Whoa! What?
Saut
Final lap!
starts the final lap of the Mexico City Grand Prix. He now charges down into the first chicane with the most optimal line. All the people on his back, all his pain on his back, all the pain he has suffered in this Grand Prix from a devastating qualifying with a last minute appearance starting from P12. He has scraped his way into P1 and he is on the route to be the world champion. At the moment the crowd is roaring. You can hear them in the background. The V6 hybrid era of the ground effect era in Velocity Formula 1. The championship can only be won by one and one man only, and it's gonna be the man in red here today in the Scuderia Ferrari. He's gonna be charging down into Sector 3. He only needs to finish this final sector and he will be crowned the first ever champion of Velocity Formula 1. The championship can only be won by one and is going red in 2026. Saut is the world champion of Velocity Formula 1. He will find his horizon in the dying sun at the Mexico City Grand Prix.
So next up, we have Germany, where Ferrari is more likely to wrap up the championship than not. So stay tuned. Your main commentator here, I think today is taking a spotlight really, is Zeus. And we have myself, and credits for the race streaming today is Java. This is Velocity F1. We'll be looking forward to how the constructors get unfold. And as it stands, Saut is your world champion.